friends, welcome back. Got an exciting review. Oh yeah, 2020 Kia Sportage. I don't know, who cares? But here we go. This is like a real first take for me. I'm gonna move this seat back. I have not driven this car yet. Just been a passenger in it for about however many miles that was. First impressions as a passenger, fairly decent ride quality. I mean, you know, for an econo-based car, or I don't know, whatever you call these things. I'm gonna go ahead and crank down my seat. I will say, very impressed with the seating position for driver and passenger. Very comfortable seats. This is by no means the premium model. This is what appears to be like the bare bones, but it's still, you know, which Kia and Hyundai are known for, you know, a lot of features. You look on the steering wheel, you've got, you know, really most of the controls I have in my Optima, and the seats are very similar to my Optima. So very comfortable, supportive, just fine. Same shifter as my Optima, just, you know, not leather wrapped. Just a lot of the same parts, but, you know, good driving position. It looks like you've got a auto down driver's window, power mirrors. Ooh, lane keep assist. I didn't know that. Regular cruise, no adaptive cruise, and no climate control. I mean, just your basic climate control. Nice screen, no CarPlay. I don't know why it was so hard to add that. They went as far as to put this in. I just don't get it. But very roomy. I mean, it's a small looking car, crossover, whatever you call it. But lots of room on the inside. Surprised to see this in 2020. An actual key. How does this even work? You can see we've got a rainy day. And let's fire it up. Cold start. Ooh, that didn't sound so good. Who cares? Not my car. Don't care. As long as it doesn't break. We're going to turn that on and see what it does. It'll be fun. Looks like this... oh yeah, tilt and telescoping. That's nice. We can make that work. Pretty good. Looks like we've got a little sunglasses holder. I mean, this is like truly a one take for me. Like I really don't know much about this car. It looks like we've got drive mode. Ooh, sport, normal, and eco. I think we're going to just do eco for now because, yeah, that's all we need. Ooh, and please connect a device. Well, I'm going to connect my phone. Let's see if it screws everything up. Nothing so far, but that's okay. I'm going to figure out where I'm going, and then I'll do a little bit about, you know, about the on the road manners and all of that stuff. Okay, I stand corrected. This does have CarPlay, and it works great. Somebody had shoved this in here, which is like a phone charger, and didn't connect. I just didn't even see that. So now we're connected to the USB, and check it out. Like, got some great tunes. Just heard this group, Cool Nasty. They are really, really fantastic. And so yeah, and so now I have my maps. So yeah, I can do a little multitasking here. Why not? So let's see what happens. Actually, not a bad little, now that it has CarPlay, I like it a lot better. So here we go. First impressions, we're in eco mode, of course, and yeah.
Turn left onto 2nd Street East.
It's a little weak, I gotta say. I mean, it's not my gas, it's not my car.
In 600 feet,
but
turn left onto Chase
still,
Street.
You know, I just kind of want to pretend like if this were my car and I were driving it right now.
Turn left onto Chase Street.
You know, the brakes are fine. It has brakes. And road manners are fine so far. It seems to be...
In 900 feet, turn left onto Broadway.
Ooh, we got some dip in the road here. No problem. I like that. Yeah, that's great. And, yeah, you know, when you get into the power a little bit, I will say though, man,
Turn left onto Broadway.
the ride quality is it's a bit harsh over these bumps. You know, I'd really like a little bit more compliance out of suspension. It's just a little bit. I could see that getting old after a while, but maybe maybe not. Maybe I'm just. And the throttle is just kind of. It's almost like all or nothing in eco mode. I may be popping that into sport mode or something different.
Turn right onto West Wadmac Road.
So you're seeing now Sonoma, California, I think. Is that where we are? I don't know. Yeah. Sonoma, that's where we are. Never been here before. Lots of wineries and breweries and coffee places and eateries. Very little chain to be found. You know, like I did see a Pete's Coffee, but I haven't. That's like the only kind of like mainstream thing that I've come across, which is kind of it's kind of nice, kind of refreshing. But yeah, very bumpy roads here. Definitely a good test of the suspension. Like I said, it's a bit harsh, and this power steering too, man. It's feels like it's electric. I don't really know much about this car. I just thought it would be fun to kind of figure it out with all of you, as if you had just rented this, and or you just bought it. You know, you're trying to learn the car. It's it's not bad. I can see this being a comfortable place to be, especially in traffic. Like as a passenger, it was pretty nice. For a rental car, this has high mileage. Definitely a sign of the times. Like we've talked about, there's a car shortage. There are all kinds of shortages right now. And so yeah, the windshield wipers so far, 5 out of 5 stars. Doing great there. The steering, I don't like the way it feels. I think my Optima feels a lot nicer than this. I'm not sure what to attribute that to, but I don't like this. It's just real mushy. But it's not like luxury car mushy. Like my LS400 is mushy, but that's in a soft, wet loaf of bread kind of mushy. This is just kind of mushy and numb. I can't feel anything, and it doesn't feel luxurious either. It's just kind of, I don't like it. Still getting a feel for this throttle. I mean, it's okay, I guess. With any car, you can get used to it, and it's no big deal, but so far, I don't like it. I'm going to try a wider camera angle here. See if, that way you can get a better view of kind of what I'm seeing. It's, again, very pretty here. I will say plenty of headroom.
In 1,000 feet.
Plenty.
Turn right.
Plenty. The Apple CarPlay screen is bright and clear. That looks wonderful. Big fan of that. Apple CarPlay. I love you.
Turn right onto West Wadmac Road.
I guess this is my road. I thought it was going to be the next street, but I guess it's this one. That's cool. There's something rattling in the back. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's part of the car. I think it's the seatbelt.
1.2 miles. Turn left onto Arnold Drive.
You can see that the seatbelt is just flapping against there. And I know that's not where it's supposed to sit, but that's where it is. So, that's not a great design, I would say. So I'm not liking that. This road, pretty entertaining so far. Let's see how this bump. Well, I mean, it soaks up the bumps. I mean, also this car has 41,500 miles, so it's not like it's a new car at this point. I'm sure it felt better at 9,000 miles. But yeah, it's okay. Yeah, like I said, it would be nice if it was more compliant. Just a little softer and cushier. But it also, I guess it takes care of business. And the seats are Seats are comfortable enough.
Half a
Yeah,
mile. Turn left
this road is awful.
Drive.
Like, awful. Curious to see how lane keep assist works. I've heard it beep at me twice now. I'm not sure if I've had any steering wheel interference, so we'll see how that works. I'm gonna have to do something about that seatbelt. It is driving me crazy. But this is actually a big enough cabin that I can't really reach it from where I'm sitting. So I'm gonna have to get out of the car or like recline my seat or something, because this just isn't working. Well, I'm gonna pause for a second, deal with that seatbelt, and I'll check back in when I'm on the highway.
Turn right onto State Route 160.
Okay, we're back. Seatbelt has been silenced. And let's do a little pull here, see what happens. We're in sport mode.
Go straight onto
That's a lot of noise.
Road.
I don't know how I feel about that. It's trying to pretend that it has a lot of power, if that makes sense. It just is a very like noisy and kind of jittery feel when you jump on the gas there. It's not slow, okay, but it's not fast. It just kind of feels unpredictable. I think I'll slow down some more. There's no one behind me, so let's see, but let's give it a quick goose, little 25 pull here. I mean, now I can't tell if those are synthetic, like CVT shifts, or real transmission shifts. I kind of feel like Kia would have, I mean, it's got manual select here. I feel like Kia would have put a proper automatic in this car. But it doesn't feel like the automatic in my Optima. So I'm a little puzzled by that. It just, the shifts kind of take too long in sport mode. I mean, I don't quite know how to put it into words. So let's see how quick it'll kick down. Foot to the floor, now. And now shift. Okay. I mean, I guess it's fine. I would like something a little more responsive. But considering it's a fairly large vehicle, like it's a large small vehicle or a small large vehicle, I don't know how you want to put it. I'm guessing it doesn't have a very big engine. It's probably like a 2-liter or a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder. And I don't know if it's a 5 or a 6-speed automatic. But, we're not talking about like super high tech, super high horsepower. I'm sure this thing is designed to just kind of get some gas mileage and, be fairly reliable and just A to B and so on and so forth. And again, really impressed with the amount of room in this car. It sure didn't look like it was going to have a lot of room, and when we got in it, it was quite, whoa. There's something weird going on with the suspension. Being that it's a rental car, I have no doubt that it has been curbed or thrashed. Yeah, I mean the steering, oh, that's interesting. So maybe that's the lane keep. I think it is. Oh my. Oh, that's what's going on. Oh, I don't know if I trust this. Yeah. I guess it's picking a line. Oh my gosh, it's actually steering. Oh, I don't know. This makes me a little nervous. I mean, I've heard about this feature, but I've never really driven a car that has successfully had it. As I mentioned in a previous video, which I'm sure you didn't see, in my Optima, I have the feature, but it doesn't actually like steer the car. It just kind of beeps at me. But this, I mean, like legit is driving in the lane. I don't really agree with the line it's keeping, but it is driving. Okay, it realized I didn't have my hand on the wheel, so it disengaged. And I feel like it's hugging it hugs the center line a little too much. Like, it's not how I would choose to drive, but it's how it is choosing to drive. I don't know, man. This is a little, I don't know, this is a little weird. I don't quite agree with how it wants to drive, and I don't feel that the system works well enough that I can just kind of let it drive. So I just kind of feel like I'm fighting it rather than enjoying it. I mean, I'm just generally afraid of those cars that are coming at me. But this Kia seems to want to keep me pretty close to that double yellow, which I'm not a fan of. When there are cars coming, I want to be like over here, not over there, Kia. If there were no cars coming, sure, we can be as close to the double yellow as you want, but I'm not into that, dude. That is not my vibe. Yeah. Ooh. I mean, I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to try and get a better angle. See, like, I want to be here, but Kia wants to be here. I don't know, man. Road noise, I mean, we're going 55, so it's kind of hard to tell. It's fairly quiet. Like, fairly quiet. There's a good bit of tire noise. I'm sure these are not the best of tires, being that it's a rental with 41,000 miles. But they're fine. I mean, there's no problem, certainly. Fairly quiet cabin. It's not a luxury car, but for what it is, I mean, I think it's good value. I don't know how much these cost. I'm sure it's a lot because everything's expensive. But for a base model, or maybe just slightly upgraded model, Apple CarPlay, cold AC, a car that will drive you in the lane badly. That's kind of cool. That is kind of a lot of features for not a lot of money. At least one would presume that these are a good deal. I think a friend of mine has one of these, and he really likes it. So, and it provides plenty of room for him and his wife, and their equipment, and presumably kids someday. They're both loyal subscribers, so I don't want to blow up their spot, but you know who you are. And my dude, we've been working together for 14, 15 years now in every possible setting, and one of my favorite people. Much love. So, and then his wife I've worked with a lot also for the last however long. We met in school.
Turn right onto Adobe Road.
Yeah, I mean, it's going back to like 2012. So, again, huge shout out to both of you. Just wonderful, wonderful friends of mine, and very talented people as well. But yeah, they have one of these. I'm pretty sure they gave me a ride in it. It was nice. I had to buy batteries. If that narrows it down, we went and had lunch or dinner, and then we got batteries. So, but yeah, what else is there to say about this? It's a car. But again, like, this works great. A good example, something I was talking about, like with just in terms of like leg room, headroom, just overall comfort. So, I've complained a lot that I'm tall and it's hard to find things that are comfortable. I'm 6'2". I mean, look at this leg room, dude. Ridiculous. Plenty of space. My shoulders aren't cramped. My head is actually in a great position. These headrests are kind of just perfect. So I really can't complain about that. The seat bottom, at 41,000 miles feels a bit worn to me. Like, that could be a little bit more comfortable, I think, or have a little bit more generous padding. But it's really fine. Leg room, knee room, excellent. Position of the pedals, also very, very good. I injured my right foot from sitting in stop and go traffic driving my Crown Victoria. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's a true story. And it still flares up from time to time. I think it's a tendon injury, you know, and those pretty much just never go away. Well, let's see if Kia, oh, come on. I have my hands on the steering wheel. Wanted to see if it was going to follow that line, but then it totally bailed out. It was like, oh, gee. I think it just didn't know what to do, and so it used me as the excuse. Oh, keep your hands on the steering wheel. Right. I got you. So anyway, my foot is like very sensitive to cars that don't have a good pedal position, and this one has a really good pedal position. So I'm fine with that. It's pretty much just like my Optima, and that's great. Another kind of odd thing I just noticed: it has a standard parking brake. It's not one of the little electric jobs. It's an actual like pedal. I kind of like that. I like that it has a key. I like that it has a pedal. These are just things we don't see much anymore. I'm gonna turn on the auto headlights. I'm not sure if those are doing anything, but we're gonna try. Yeah, not a huge fan of this lane keep assist, if I'm honest. Maybe it's something I can get used to. So far, to quote the horse from Ren and Stimpy, well, sir, I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like if this is going to have lane keep assist, then it needs to have adaptive cruise. But it shouldn't have one and not the other. That's just my opinion. Like, you're going to go to the trouble to make the car steer itself, but you can't make it slow down and speed up by itself? Come on. So that's just kind of like a little gripe. But I know that's like common with a lot of cars now. I know someone who just got like a 2020 Civic, and same thing there. It has lane keep assist and regular cruise, but they like it. So, I mean, that's fine, and I'm glad they like it. That's the most important thing. That was really pretty. I mean, I think if you were going to use lane keep assist as almost like it's like you can't relax and let it do the driving for you. But I think if you're looking away for some reason and it's going to save you, that makes sense. So maybe that's maybe that's the appeal of that feature. I'm guessing.
In half a mile.
And maybe I could get used to it, you know, as long as I use it in that respect. But it's just kind of this weird thing where, like, the car wants to drive, then I want to drive, then the car wants to drive, then I want to drive, and it's, you know, I just feel like we're fighting, and we're not agreeing on how to do this. So that's a little weird. I'm sure the cruise control works great. I haven't tried that yet. Not sure what kind of facts and figures. Okay, average 29.8 miles per gallon. Don't really know much else.
Turn left onto Corona Road.
I see. Okay, so yeah, 20 is pretty good, actually. Like 29 miles per gallon to drive a fairly large vehicle with an okay amount of power. Like, not a lot, but, you know, not terrible either. That's fine. Yeah, I respect that. Ooh, a Genesis, nice. I've always liked the Genesis, like, especially the, you know, 2012, 2013, like around that range. I think that would be a nice, affordable car to own.
Turn right onto Ely Road North.
Which, you know, the funny thing about those cars is that they were very luxurious for their day. But now you get into a Genesis and look at it, and it's like, oh, yeah, this is like the Hyundai Sonata. You know, it doesn't really have that many like premium features for today. You know, but back then it was like, let me tell you something. That thing was nice. And the funny thing is, that's not that long ago. I mean, 2012, we were talking 9 years ago, and you know, it's a big difference. I think those 9 years, if you compare that with like 2009 and 2000, like, I don't feel like the cars changed that much in those 9 years, but they sure did after that. Ooh, a little Kia, don't know what that was. Little tiny thing. Digging that Yukon. That's pretty sweet. I would rock that. Ooh, getting a little loose. Whoa. All right, let's let her rip. Go, go, go. Man, that's it. Come on.
In 1 mile, turn left onto
It's just
Redwood
so,
Highway North.
I don't know. That's not what this is for. But, you know, it will get out of its own way. I'll give it that. And, you know, again, like talking about using the right tool for the right job, like that's not what this is for. It will do that though. And I'm impressed with the extent to which it will accelerate. That's pretty good. So yeah, that's about it. My overall, I would say, like the hits for this car, you know, if we're going to do a throwback to like Motor Week, I would say the hits are comfortable seating position, decent amenities, good CarPlay, very good, ample headroom, and overall decent ride quality and decent brakes. Misses would be, you know, slightly poor design. The plastic is, you know, they're just a lot of like firm, hard, just not nice materials in here. Like this, I'm sure if you put leather on this steering wheel, it's nice, but in this,
turn left onto Redwood Highway North.
In this trim, it really could be nicer. But I'd say, you know, overall, if someone was looking for like a crossover SUV, they could do much worse than this. I mean, this is actually a pretty good little car. Storage room in the back, also very good. I don't know how they managed to get the square footage on the inside of this thing the way they did. It's really impressive. So I'll be putting some more miles on this, and I will share my thoughts a little later. Hey there, folks. Driven Dave coming at you from the future. At least the future from when I filmed the review of the Kia Sportage, the 2020 Kia, which you're in the middle of watching right now, at least if you made it this far. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, I was unable to film anymore with that particular vehicle. You know, I was on a work trip and managed to squeeze in a little car review, so that was great. The remainder of my time with the car, I drove it in pouring down rain. I mean, it was just dumping on us, and it was dark, so it just wasn't a good time to film. I will say that particular car, the rental, it did not handle the rain very well. Now, I don't know if it's because it had lousy tires. I don't know if that particular car had been in an accident. I mean, who knows? Rental cars get put through the ringer. But I will say, like, it was nice in the dry. I just didn't like it in the wet. It just did not feel comfortable to me. I didn't feel safe going over 50. Now, the next day we were kind of in a hurry. We ended up leaving a little bit late to get to the airport. And so my friend was driving, and he was going quite a bit faster than what I did the night before. And, you know, I just felt the car kind of going like this, you know, it just didn't feel like it wanted to handle, you know, the thicker kind of water on the road. So I was not super impressed with that, but we didn't die and we didn't crash. So I guess, you know, take that as a positive outcome. And that was a big storm. The Bay Area just got pounded. So, and I'm lucky that, you know, my plane took off that day and then I got home as quickly as I did, even though my flight was delayed and all kinds of stuff happened. But in any case, that's my review of the Kia Sportage from 2020. Review was done in 2021, of course. And, but I think it was probably about a month ago, something like that. I'm a little behind on my editing, so everything you see is going to be a little behind. But that doesn't change the content. I just want you to understand the timeline of things. So anyway, folks, if you own a Sportage, and or maybe you've rented one, and share your thoughts with me. What did you think of it, or how do you like it? I would love to hear that. Looks like I'm in some bad traffic. Oh, I might be late. Bummer. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye-bye.